We started today's delicious recipe by adding in 2/3 cup of sweetener. I used allulose. You could use sugar, you can use stevia, depending on how many calories you want, into that mixing bowl. And then from there, 1.25 sticks melted butter, 1 1/4 stick melted butter right in with that sweetener. I used allulose, like I said, I really love it. Now into here, we're going 1 full jar of natural peanut butter. Now you can melt this in the microwave a little bit to get it softened up, to get it out of that jar a little bit more easily. There we go. So you got it all. But we want to go 1 1/4 cup peanut butter. Now from there, we're going to go about 1/3 of a gallon Ziploc bag filled with our graham cracker crust. Now you can use graham crackers if you want. I actually used Special K zero sugar cinnamon cereal. This stuff tastes phenomenal. Has that sweet cinnamon flavor just like graham crackers, with a little bit more protein and none of the added sugar. So it gives this recipe a nice, delicious, sweet crunch, just what I'm looking for. So I'm going to add about half of that mixture into the bowl right now. And then I'm going to take my spatula and start mixing it. Now you want to mix it by hand. It's very important so that you don't over mix this whole thing. You want to get that 1 1/4 sticks melted butter mixed in with that 1 1/4 cup peanut butter, and then also the sweetener as well. And I'm going to mix it all so it's all perfectly blended together. And again, we used about 2/3 cup of sweetener to start. Now we're going to bring in another 2/3 cup of sweetener. Again, I used allulose. You can use sugar if you like, if you don't mind those extra carb calories. Now I'm going to bring in the rest of my crunched up cinnamon cereal. Again, if you want to use traditional graham crackers, that's fine. Those are pretty low in fat too, but they're just a little bit higher in carbs. Now, another great ingredient, this is optional, but I really love it. 2 scoops of PB2 protein powder. So it's going to give us even more of that delicious peanut butter, peanut flavor that I really, really love. But it's almost pure protein, none of the added fat, and it's going to thicken this up a little bit more as well. So now we're going to mix together the crunched up cereal, the sugar or the sweetener, the allulose that I used, and then also that PB2 powder. It's going to make a nice thick base to our recipe. See how beautifully it's coming together. It's smelling fantastic. I mean, peanut butter is so great by itself, but then we sweeten it up a bit, add some butter, add some cinnamon. Man, this is coming together just perfectly, just like that classic peanut butter bar treat that we're recreating here. So now I'm going to get 9 by 13 casserole dish. Take that spatula again, and let's just pour our mixture right into our pre-oiled or pre-greased casserole pan. You want to get some oil on there so this peanut butter doesn't stick to the bottom too much, or our mixture. And this is going to be just a delicious recipe once it all comes together. So we got to get it all out of that bowl. This stuff is so precious. I do not want to waste any of it. Now I'll just take my spatula and smooth it on out. It's going to be very easy, very simple. You can see it's kind of thick. I left those pieces of cereal a little bit bigger because I love to have a little bit of that crunch in there. And you can also use crunchy peanut butter in this mixture if you don't want to use the smooth as well. Now to make our topping, we're going to get another bowl, and we're going to go another 2/3 cup or 2/3 jar of peanut butter right into our bowl. And this is those small jars of peanut butter. Let's get it all on out into our bowl. Clean out that jar, looking good. Perfect. We'll move on from here, not to waste too much time with that peanut butter jar, and try and get that peanut butter off my fork. A little bit sticky, right? All right, moving on now. We added 1 cup of Lily's chocolate chips to our peanut butter. You can use dark chocolate. You can use regular chocolate chips if you like. I really prefer Lily's chocolate chips because they have no added sugar. They're sweetened with stevia and erythritol, making those carbs much lower, much more friendly on our blood sugar levels. Melt it in the microwave, mixed it all together, and now we're just pouring it right over top of that peanut butter base. Man, this looks good, doesn't it? Look how satisfying that looks. It's just perfect. Now make sure you melt it in the microwave about 30 seconds at a time. 30 seconds stir, 30 seconds stir, so you don't burn that chocolate. Very important you don't overcook it. And let's get it all out with that spatula. We're almost there. Just wonderful. Man, the melted chocolate with the peanut butter smells so intoxicating. I cannot wait to get this recipe over with, to give it a shot. I've been wanting to make this for so long because it's going to be so good. Such special nostalgia from childhood. So we're getting that topping all spread out. And I'm taking just a little extra time to make sure it's perfectly symmetrical because I'm a little bit particular about making this look as pretty and perfect as possible. You might be too.
Man, this is smelling good. That was so fast, so fun and easy. Now we're gonna go in the fridge for about 2 hours, let these get nice and solid. They'll be ready to chow down on.
Look how perfect that looks. Just awesome. A chocolate peanut butter delight. This is phenomenal. Time for the taste test. Now we just want to cut these into bar. The great thing about these, it's a lot of treat. So if you don't have people to share this with, you can make them last a while. You just cut them into squares, and then you can put them in a Tupperware container or a Ziploc bag and save them in the freezer. You store them in the freezer, and they'll last much longer. And you can make the delight of this delicious, fantastic treat last. And you don't have to eat them all at once. You can eat them when you're ready. Just take it out of the freezer, and it'll be perfect, and it'll store just wonderfully like that. And look at that, comes off so nice, just beautiful.
This could be one of my best desserts ever, and I haven't even tasted it yet. I'm so excited. Let's give it a shot. This is so good. You guys are gonna love it. You gotta give it a try.